You like the
Hello.
addition to the to
The
pot?
8-ball?
Yeah. I had it in my living room, and I was like, you know what? I think it would look cute on the set. We do need to change this up for next year, I think.
Yeah.
Like this little area. Well, I guess I am moving, maybe. So,
Oh, true.
dang. Okay.
I can't believe it's almost been a year.
It's wild to think about.
That
I
is
know.
crazy.
I know. I was looking at like my older TikToks, and in January I was like redoing my room and like switching things around.
Oh,
And it's so
wow.
crazy that it's been that long. It's been a whole year, really. It's so crazy. But here we are. It's
Here
all
we are.
good. We'll see what next year brings, but right now we're in the now.
We're so in the now. We're so in the now.
So let's just get through the, today.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be like more present and more grounded because I feel like I'm always like looking forward or looking back. And I'm just like, why am I we got to be here right now. But anyways, how have you been?
I've been really good.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Honestly, I've been super into getting my sleep down. And I think that has helped tremendously.
Just like more consistent?
Yes. For probably a week now, this sounds really grandma of me, but I've been going to sleep at 9:30 and waking up at 7, like with the sunrise.
Yeah.
Just on my own with no alarm or anything. And yeah, it's been
good.
so nice. And I just feel really well. And it's like crazy, like how much I was going to talk about our circadian rhythm and like actually living by it is honestly wild. So
yeah, well, they do say that you should get like sun within like the first 10 minutes of the start of your day or something like that. I don't know why, but something scientifically.
Yeah, it works with your circadian rhythm. And also like eating 30 minutes after you wake up.
Oh,
and
okay.
So I've been doing that and it's crazy.
Okay. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel like it's the time, since the time has changed, it almost feels like a new start, like a new routine system that you want to like pick up on. I feel like I'm changing a lot of my routines and everything. But yeah, okay, sleep. I'm very inconsistent with like when I go to bed and when I wake up. So yeah, that's probably something I should work on too.
I wonder if it's because it's getting darker where I'm like, oh, it's time for bed earlier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's darker earlier.
I mean, that's so true though. Like around like 6, it feels like it's 9 o'clock. Yeah. And you're like, oh, well, I still have a lot of hours to like fill this day up with, but it feels so dark. So yeah. And thankfully this year, I've always been so like angry at the time change and just been like so annoyed by it. But this year I feel like I'm just like, it's okay. It's going to happen every year. So you're just going to have to like, get used to it and maybe not have so much hatred towards it and just like try to ease into it. And like, I feel like this year, and this year I feel much better about it. So that is good about that because it is like every year I've just been like, I hate it. Like it's so annoying. And every week I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
But this year I haven't even like talked about it that much, honestly. So it's been like good because it's just been like, okay, it's gonna change back in the spring. Like we'll be okay. It's just a change in seasons, really, too. And it's just now getting colder. Quotation marks on colder in Texas. So it just feels like a lot of changes are happening right now. And I feel like, especially with like our systems and our routines and just everything, honestly. Like money, we talked about budgeting last week. So a lot of things are changing, which is good. I like it. I like the energy of like the change.
Me too.
Everything. One thing I did change for my morning routines for wedding days, even though I only have one more wedding left this season, but whatever. It's fine. I wanted to sink in a little bit more to the wedding day. And usually I just wake up, get ready, and then I just go to the wedding because I prepare everything else like the week before or the day before, like all the gear and stuff. But for this past wedding we did, I woke up early. I wanted like a really slow morning. I wanted to meditate and journal. I didn't get to the journaling part, but I was able to like meditate, and then I went through some like art books, and then I read some photography newsletters, and I really like, I don't know, it was just a good way to go into the wedding day and not feel stressed or like behind or not prepared enough. And I feel like it made me a lot more creative for the day, which is really, really good. I've never had like a wedding day morning routine. It's just been like, again, just like get ready and go. Yeah. Go. Like that's basically it. Get all my gear together. And so it was just really nice to like have a slow morning and be like very intentional with it and like what I'm looking at. I didn't go on social media. I didn't do anything like that. So it was really, really nice to get into that mindset before the wedding. And one thing I like to do is get to my weddings early. I feel like I'm pretty notorious and I feel like I talk about it a lot, but it's because I don't like to feel stressed. And wedding days, it's so hard not to feel stressed because there's so much going on and like you have to get your gear together and like, I don't know, the time just goes way faster on a wedding day than any other time ever. And yeah, so I just felt, I didn't feel stressed out. I felt like prepared and ready to go. And I was really nervous about this wedding specifically because I just had a wedding with the same venue and the exact same thing, basically. So it was like the church was the same and the reception was the same. So I was really scared of like basically creating the same gallery for these two weddings because it's like, how could you not almost? I already did this wedding, but I know it was different people, but I was still scared of like, oh my gosh, how am I going to make this different? Like, do I need to make it different? And so I was just kind of a little worried about that, which is why I had like a really intentional morning because I was like, okay, I don't want to do the same things that I did at my last wedding, but I also know that it's going to be the same venue and the same church. So it's like some of the images, of course, are going to look the same, but throughout the wedding day, I was like, wow, I don't feel like this looks the same at all as my other wedding, which I was so scared of. And it turned out to be like way different than the other wedding. And it wasn't like I was trying hard to do that either. Yeah. So it felt really natural because, again, it was like different people. It was a different time of year and all of those things. And yeah, so I was just like, oh my gosh, I was so worried about nothing. Like, you really got to trust your gut and like know that you are creative and that even if some images are going to look the same, it's okay because it's the exact same church. Like, I can't change like the architecture of like the inside of the church, but I can control a few other things. And so that's where I like made it a little bit different than the last wedding. So
yeah. And I will say, I feel like the energies of the days were very different as well.
Yes.
Like, I feel like the first one was like very high energy and this one was more like, not like low energy, but just more cutesy and relaxed. And
yes. Yeah. It felt that way.
Yeah.
Which is really good. But yeah, just different vibes. And I was just like, oh my gosh, okay, these galleries are not going to look the same. Because I really was so worried about that because ever since I moved to DFW, I've always worked at different venues. Like, I really have not worked at the same venue this entire time that I've been here, which is crazy. Wow. Yeah. And in Lubbock, I was shooting at the same venue all of the time, which is why I was getting burnt out over there because it was like, I was shooting, I think there was a venue that I shot at, I think like 10 times. And for like a wedding, that's a lot.
Wow.
And it was just getting like so repetitive. Like, how can I make this different? How can I make this different? And it's really hard. It's really hard. And so, yeah, I was just like worried about this one. But I had nothing to worry about. It was fine.
When I was taking detailed photos of the church, I tried to do different ones that I didn't do at the first wedding.
Yeah, which is hard because it's like, well, I know they want certain images that are like gonna be the same as the other wedding. But yeah, just trying to get into the energy of them and just kind of doing things a little bit differently with them was really fun to do. And just getting creative was fun to do too. And I really do think it was because of like that intentional morning and like looking through mood boards and like really I don't know, letting go of everything else and truly being present in the moment for this wedding really helped. So yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, this is fine. We're good. we don't need to worry about anything. So yeah, that was like one thing that I was just stressing about a little bit, but it would have been fine if it was kind of the same, but it was just like, no one wants the same wedding gallery. It's like different people. And yeah, so I listened to, there's this app called Activations, which is just like a meditation kind of affirmation music app. I don't really know how to describe it because it's not like any other meditation apps. It's not like Calm, or it's not like the other one. What is the other meditation app? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. This one's like way different. It's like more girly, I feel like. And there's more like entrepreneur like playlist and walking playlist, workout playlist. It's okay. Really, so you can listen to meditation when you're getting ready. And they just did a bridal series. So it's mainly for brides. I feel like this app is just mainly for women, but there's like a bridal playlist where it's like, get ready for your wedding day, or like, get ready for you to try on dresses and feel confident and things like that, which is so cool. But anyways, the Activation app had like a get in creative flow meditation. And that's what I listened to in the morning. And honestly, I feel like it really helped.
That's amazing. I need to start working that into my workflow as well.
Yeah. I think it was really good to get into like the mindset of the wedding day before I even got to the wedding, because it was just like, I just felt so much more prepared, so much more creative. I felt much more calm too. Like usually when I'm doing details, I'm like kind of stressing a little bit because it's like I don't have all the time in the world to get those, but I also only have like a certain amount of time. And so it was just kind of like, usually during that time I'm like sweating and I'm stressed because I'm like trying to figure out this like flat lay, and I felt calm. Yeah, I felt so good about it. And yeah, the day was really, really good. I did 3 first looks, and they were all traditional first looks, and I didn't tell my bride no. Oh, yeah. Just so you guys know. We did the tap on the shoulder, and it was fine. It was fine. She asked for it. We're going to give it to her. I just thought it was funny that we had just talked about it, and I'm going to have to do it. But it was just funny. I was just like, oh my gosh, people are going to be like, oh, I thought you didn't do those.
No, the point is we listen to our clients and we do what they want.
Yeah.
But if they don't specifically say they want to do something very standard that we've done for, 10 million times over and over again, then yeah, you can be a little bit creative.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was funny because it was like 3 different first looks, but honestly, they were so good. I loved the wedding. It was such a good day, honestly. It was so chill, so relaxed. We got everything done. I feel like I had time for everything to get done, and I wasn't stressed, which is good. And we worked with videographers, which I feel like I haven't worked with a videographer in a while.
In a couple
weddings. So that felt nice, and I knew the videographer, so that was also really cool. And it was just like a really fun day because I like knew the vendors basically. So it was a really, really good day. And I guess the only thing that was really like stood out in my mind is when we we took the cake table and put it somewhere else.
I was going to talk about that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, then go for it. Talk about it.
I think one thing to realize is that as the media team, we do have the power to change things if they don't look good. Mm-hmm. And so originally the cake table was on this wall right next to a fire extinguisher. And when we first went into the reception hall doing detail photos, I noticed the fire extinguisher, and I was like, okay, that's annoying. And so I just tried to like take photos of the cake without the fire extinguisher in it. And I realized that a lot of other people were thinking the same thing as me, and we all kind of like, me and one of the planner's assistants and I think one of the videographers went over to the fire extinguisher, and we were like, oh, it does come off. I was scared to touch it.
Oh,
I thought an alarm would go off.
Yeah.
But it did come off the wall. So we took it off the wall. Okay. So that was a little bit better. And then we were just kind of like working with what the planners had set out for us. But we realized that it would be way cuter if the cake table was on this other wall where we could pull curtains behind it, and it was very like luxe, like floor to ceiling wall, like curtains, rather than just like a wooden wall.
Yeah, in the most random place. I feel like cake tables really don't get like a good placement sometimes.
I know, they're just kind of like thrown wherever.
Yeah, and where we placed it was like literally one of the best places to put it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that, we thought of that in the moment, but anyways, keep going.
Well, I just think like a lot of times, especially when you're like newer to doing weddings, it's easy to just like stay in your place and not like speak up about things that you could change things. But if we wouldn't have said anything, we would have had, less than ideal cake photos. So it was very easy to just say, hey, would you mind if we move this cake table? And the planner was kind of like, and she was like, I'll need help. I was like, I got you. I can help you.
Yeah, because it was a little tiny cake. It wasn't like a 5-tier wedding cake that we definitely could not move. Like, it was just a simple wedding cake. So it wasn't like, we had to move a wedding cake that we might drop or something crazy. Right. So it was a pretty easy move. It's not like we were asking too much. Like, it's not like we were moving like a 5-tier cake to a different location, like, 30 feet away. It was just like a simple little switch.
Yeah, it was like 5
and
feet
it really
away.
Did change the vibe of the photos because, like Miranda said, like the wall was just like a wooden wall and the whole theme was like very vintage, black and white themed. Mm-hmm. And where we moved it was white curtains that were like floor to ceiling. And in the photos, it looks so good. Mm-hmm. It like completely changed the vibe from where it was before to where we changed it to. And I just feel like that was such a good creative choice for everyone because it does feel like, I don't want to like mess anything up,
or I don't want anyone's toes.
I don't want the planner to think that like that placement wasn't good enough or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like my clients are going to want the better photo and I'm the one that has like that creative eye, which is why they hired me for that. And so if we change the cake table location, it'll be okay. Especially if it's for better photos, like they're going to want that.
And there's more space.
Like, there was more space. Yeah, exactly.
All a better
Yeah, it was just a better location for photos. And it just turned out so good. I'm so glad we did that because it was just like, because at first it was like, okay, the table is wobbly.
You're right.
So we can't really do a lot. Like we can't even touch the table because the cake might fall or like the champagne glasses will fall. And so then we couldn't do that. And then the curtains weren't closed. So then it was like remote controlled, the curtains. So then it's like, okay, we have to go ask the venue person to go do that. And then it's like, it was a lot of steps for the simple move, but at the end of the day, it was like worth it. And we had time. It's not like anything was running late. It's the reception. Like things can go a little bit longer than needed. So I just think that choice was really, really good of all of us to do. Cause it was like, I felt bad, but then Alex, the videographer, was like, no, let's just do it. And so he kind of like took the lead with that. And I just felt, it felt really, really good to do the photos there.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show like the creativeness. Like I felt so creative that day. And that was like one of the things where it was like, why did we place the cake there? Like we should have, I didn't place it there to begin with, but I think just knowing how like our minds work and like we've done so many cake photos, like we know what will look good. And so I don't know, it was just like our expertise mixed with like our creativeness. I don't know, it was really good.
And I think if you hadn't have taken the time that morning to really like calm your nervous system and like get in the mode of like being creative, it would have been really easy to just shoot that wedding through the motions and just like, the cake's there, like whatever, I'm not touching it, I'm not going to move it. But because you were so intentional about being creative, I feel like that allowed everything to work out.
Exactly. No, it's so true. And something that I always keep in mind too is that you've told me that like I make things look good somehow, like on wedding days. And I always take that with me to my wedding because it's like, you know what? You're kind of right. Like
you are.
And that's like a moment where it's like, oh my gosh, yes. Like that photo, I'm telling you guys, that photo would have looked so much different. And I would have not that it wasn't like a rememberable photo, because it's the cake cutting. It's like a tradition that we do at most weddings, and it's a good photo. Like, it would have been a good photo regardless, but like, we leveled it up to like a different level. And it was just like because we placed it in a different location with curtains.
Yes. It's just like you're really good at elevating everything.
Yes. Yeah.
To make it look like, when you look back at the photos, they look way more elevated than even, you know,
what it looked like, or like,
person,
yeah, it's crazy. And so I kept that in mind too. And I was thinking about it after the wedding too. I was like, just that cake moment, I was like, wow, that is crazy how a little switch can change everything and make the photos look so much different than what it would have looked like. It would have been a good photo, but now it's like, they're like really good photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just like proud of all of us in that moment for like, I guess, speaking up a little bit too. Like, why would we put the cake by the fire hydrant?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I could have photoshopped it out, but like, there's like a way better place to put it. So yeah, that was a good moment, I feel like, during the wedding. And I'm trying to think of what else. If there was anything else during the wedding day. I feel like that's really it. I don't think there was anything else though.
It was a really good day.
It really was. It was a really, really good day. Oh yeah, I just wanted to talk about kind of like breaking your muscle memory. And I really went into the day like wanting to just not do the exact same thing I did for that last wedding, and just kind of like changing up the point of view too, because it could have been so easy for me to do the exact same spots at the church that I did at the last wedding, because I like knew it's tried and true. Like, I knew what the light looked like. It could have been so easy for me to do that. And so I'm just glad that I did kind of like change my point of view and, you know, not go with my muscle memory so much throughout the day, because again, like, it could have been so easy just to do the exact same thing, but how boring, you know, like how boring would it be to do that? And even like we were doing like portraits of the couple, and we were doing it like in a totally different location than we did the last ones. And it's like the vibe is just different because their wedding is different. It's like a different season. Since it's in November, like, I just was like so drawn to the leaves changing and the trees. So I got a lot more like tree photos for this one. And yeah, it was just
the light in November is so much softer than it is. When was it? Like March.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was like really, really pretty. I'm glad we went on like the complete opposite side of the church that we had for the other couple. So
yeah, it was really good. But anyways, that's it on the wedding recap. There wasn't really much else, honestly, that I wanted to talk about for that wedding. But there was something that I saw on TikTok like yesterday, the day before, I don't even remember, but there was another story of a photographer hanging their dress on a sprinkler in a hotel room, and it looked bad. Like, the room, it was soaked. Like, it wasn't like a sprinkler. I don't know. When I think of sprinkler system, I just think of a little like spritz.
Yeah.
But when I saw the video, it was like a fire hydrant hose was like going into the hotel room, like just blasting with water. It was wild. And yeah, some of the comments were like, I swear I just saw something like this like 2 years ago. Like, is it the same one? She was like, nope, this just happened.
Was she the makeup artist? The person that did the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I watched that video, I was having a panic attack. I cannot imagine.
I can't imagine either.
Everything being soaked, you being soaked, hair and makeup just being done, and now she's soaked.
The dress being soaked. Because it was like, again, the spraying of this water, this sprinkler system was not just a little spritz. Like, it was intense hurricane season.
There was like a lake on the floor going into the hallway. Like,
it was intense. It was intense. So like, even if you got the dress out in like 2 seconds, like, it still would have been soaked. Like, there's no way. I don't know how you would dry it. No. But yeah, I just could not believe there was another story of that happening. And I think the last time it was a makeup artist that posted it too.
Oh, wow.
These makeup artists, oh my gosh, they have to deal with so much. But yeah, I just thought that was funny because I was like, not again. I don't know why anybody would hang anything on there.
I think there's this weird phenomenon. It's not weird, but there's like a phenomenon where we feel like we have to put things in weird places.
Oh.
That don't have context.
Okay.
To be more creative.
You think it's that, or they just think it's like a good hook? I feel like it's
that too, but it's like if there's not like a rack or a place for you to hang the dress, then they think it's like the next natural reaction is to be like, okay, where could I hang this if there's not like a natural place for it?
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's where it gets a little scary because it's like, okay, now this is going to be very out of context, but also the fire sprinkler.
I know. I mean, it does look like a really good hook that you can hang something on, but that is really scary. So this is just a reminder that you don't have to hang
don't
the
put
dress.
anything near the sprinkler.
Yeah, literally, don't put anything near it. And if you can't hang the dress somewhere, just don't hang it. It's okay. You'll see it on the person wearing it, and that'll be just as fine too.
Yeah,
it was just funny that people are doing that. And did I see a TikTok or did I read something about hanging the dress or like just? Oh, I think it was a TikTok actually. Someone was talking about just like different ways to like hang the dress, or if like if you do want a picture of it, or if there's no place to put it, it probably just looks better on. So you can probably just, instead of getting detail photos of the dress like outside of a venue hanging on the most random thing where it really doesn't make sense that a dress would never hang there.
Exactly.
And I'm saying this because I've done it, okay? I'm not saying this because I'm judging anyone. I'm not saying this because I think it's weird. Well, I do now, but that's because I've changed my mind on things. Yeah. I've done it before. It's in my portfolio somewhere. You could probably find it on my Instagram.
Also, it's like, it's just irresponsible, I think. This is the wedding dress. Like, anything could go wrong.
A lot of things could go wrong.
We've heard that stories in your hand, and you're gonna move that somewhere.
Yeah,
random. To try and take a photo of it, and anything could happen to it, and then it would be your fault. Like, I'm not trying to go anywhere near that.
Yeah. So this TikTok was talking about like you can get the detail photos somewhere else. Like you don't have to hang it outside of the venue. You don't have to hang it. And you can just have it where it is, or if it doesn't, because sometimes even dresses don't look good on the hanger because they're like strapless, so it's like falling over. You can see like the boob cups, so it just looks better on someone, and you can just explain that to your client. That's like, I didn't get the dress photo because it honestly didn't look good hanging from wherever it was hanging,
right?
And it looks better on you. So there's your dress photo.
Yes.
But I guess if they really, really want a dress photo, get it. But yeah, I'm just saying that because it's like, I've done it before, but now I think it's so out of context that you would never hang the dress outside of the venue. And I don't know. I think I've told this story on the podcast too, where my sister had a story about the photographer like hanging the dress on the fence, and she got it stained.
Yeah.
Not my sister, the photographer.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to get a dress photo, and I guess the fence was dirty and got the whole back of the dress dirty before she even put it on. And so it's like, hello, don't do things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially I've seen horror stories with the rings too, where people put it in like between things, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Or like I always see it's really trending right now where you put the shoes and the details in the sink. And I always think, oh my God, what if something fell like in the
drain? Or the sink turns on?
Yes, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then the shoes are slopping wet. Yeah, something. But yeah, it's just funny to think about these things. And I don't know, the context of it. Like, is it going to be there? Is this just a trendy photo? Which, trust me, I'm in it for the trends too. Like, I love a trendy photo, which is why I feel like I consider myself pretty like editorial, but also candid documentary.
Some trends are good because there's context to them.
Yeah.
Some of them are just like,
it makes sense to the story.
Yeah.
But Anyways, I'm just saying things like I've done these things before.
Yeah.
But I've learned.
I've grown. We've all hung a dress on a tree before. We've all done it.
Because we've been talking about this a lot because you see other people doing it.
Yeah, and you think that's expected.
So it's just, I don't know. I'm trying to, even like culling, that's another thing I'll get into in a minute, but just the context of like what is actually happening in the story. Are we doing it for the photo? Are we doing it for a client? Are we doing it for our own creativity, which is also fine too sometimes. But yeah, it's just sometimes it's like, why are we doing things? We got to question things sometimes, which is what I'm always trying to say here. But everyone thinks I'm crazy.
Some people don't like to question things.
Some people just want to do the tried and true, and that's fine too. But sometimes I really do think it's a good idea to question why you're doing things, because it's like, you're right. Why am I putting this dress outside of the venue where it doesn't even make sense? Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to make it work because there's nowhere else to hang it, but it doesn't even look that great on the plastic hanger. It looks better on the bride or the person wearing the outfit or whatever. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so just think about the things you do. You can still do it. I'm not telling you don't have to. I still take pictures of the dress. I still move the dress sometimes.
Okay, yeah. I used to, like a couple years ago, I was like, I'm never taking the photo of the dress. Like, I hate that photo.
Anti-dress
photos, okay? But I will definitely take a photo of a dress if it's already hanging in a beautiful spot that they put there. They put it there and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Like on the back of a door. Hell yeah, I'm going to take a photo of that.
Yeah.
But I'm not like intentionally like taking it down and moving it somewhere else to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm not saying I've never taken a photo of a dress, but it's the context of it.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes, and I agree with that too, but then sometimes it's like you have a really good artistic photo that you want to take that's like different than anything anybody has seen. Or like, there's a picture that I'm picturing right now, and I think Kaylee from is that her name? Kaylee from Kansas?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of her or someone else? I don't know. I'll try to look up the photo and I don't know. Can I post it on here? That might be copyright issues. I'm not sure. But maybe I'll post like the Instagram link.
Yes.
So you can see the photo that I'm talking about. But there's a specific photo that I'm thinking of that's like artistic, but it's still like a dress photo. It's like the dress on top of like a dining table, and it's shot from like aerial view. And it looks really cool and artistic and creative. So I think there's like ways that you can make it creative too, where it's not like, there's probably no context to that. There's like, I'm sure the bride didn't say like, let's put the dress on the dining room table. True. But it's almost like a venue shot with the dress, and it kind of like tells the story of that too, of how creative the photographer is, and like just the venue choice, the dress choice. And so I think there's ways to do that too. So I don't know. Do you? I guess that's all I have to say. It's like, do whatever you want.
I think it's just be within reason of like, what are the risks here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
that
if
too.
This dress is going to get damaged or not.
Yeah. I guess that's really the main issue too.
Yeah.
Is like, don't get the dress dirty.
Because I've also seen people like hang dresses from like a chandelier or something. But what if the chandelier snapped?
Yeah. No, that's so true. Yeah. I guess that we're coming back around to our first point of the sprinkler. Yeah. Just don't ruin the dress.
Yeah. Don't ruin the dress for the sake of your creative shot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah. And again, do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to us, but ask questions of why you're doing things, and if you're being creative or you're just doing it because you see other people doing it.
Yeah.
It's good to ask these things because that's how you stay creative and artistic, and that's how you stand out too. Because that picture, like I saw it so long ago, but it's still in my head. Like I can't get it out of my head. So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, that's a creative choice. Like it doesn't, maybe it does make sense to the story. I just don't know the story.
Right.
But I wouldn't copy it for like a wedding that doesn't have a dining room table that's part of their venue. I wouldn't like, I don't know, put the dress on like the reception table. You know what I mean?
That's like the original tree photo, like the original dining room table photo, and now everyone's. I can just imagine people trying to put dresses on dining room tables now.
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure it exists somewhere because it's such an epic photo, so you kind of want to copy it almost. Yeah. But it makes sense for their story. Yeah. It's not going to make sense for every story because it's like it almost seems like, I don't know. I don't think it was a drone shot, but it almost seems like there was stairs and there was like an opening to the dining room. So you can like go upstairs and see the dining room. So it looks like it was shot like that. But I'd have to check it again. But again, like if you try to like copy that, it probably won't look the same.
Yeah.
Because it's like that photographer had this vision and this creativity that day that really you can't emulate. Mm-hmm. So anyways, and I guess that's how trends get started
who knows,
too.
Maybe someone walking by with a dress just placed it there for a second, and then the photographer was like, "That's beautiful. Yes. Let me make it more beautiful and take a photo of it."
Yes.
So you never know.
You really never know, and sometimes it is like happy accidents. Yeah, where you get photos that are like, "Whoa, I would have never thought of like getting it, but it looks so cool. Like I might as well." So, anyways, I didn't know we were gonna get that much of a rant in this, but that was a good chat about hanging dress photos because I think a lot of people are like, should I not? Some people don't even know that they can opt out of that, so they always do it. But sometimes there's just not enough time, and sometimes also you're just missing other moments that could be happening.
Mm-hmm. I think the moral of the story is, dress shot or not, stay away from the fire. Sprinklers.
Anything that could destroy the dress. Yeah. Like the chandelier, dropping it in the mud, fences that are dirty. Yeah. Dragging it. Yeah. I've done my fair share of like having to like carry the dress and it's like 50 pounds like outside and like trying to find somewhere to place it. And sometimes the shot isn't worth it, honestly. It's like, it really isn't that big of a deal, I think. But again, it just depends on your client. If they really want a dress photo, get it. But yeah, anyways, enough about that.
Okay, no more dress talk.
Yeah, enough about that. We're going too much on that. There's too much to talk about on that. Oh, you got new flashes.
Oh, yes.
Or like a new flash.
Yes.
So what's the deal with this?
Upgraded my flash. It's just one of those things where you don't touch it if it isn't broken. Yeah. And then like for so long I got so used to this one flash and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to buy a trigger for my flash. And then when I was ordering that, I was like, you know what? This is the perfect time to just upgrade my flashes in general.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And wow, what a difference it makes.
Really? You saw a difference?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I think for so long, it's again, you just get used to something.
Yeah.
And I feel like a good photographer can take like the shittiest piece of gear and make it work. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's just a testament of like, you know,
how good you are.
Yeah. And so like a lot of people are like anti-gear people who are like not anti-gear, but just like they never upgrade their gear because they can just like do the same.
Yeah. Well, it's like the same thing, like tried and true. Like you don't fix it if it's not broke. Right. But sometimes like you gotta, you gotta do something different.
Yeah. Yes. And I feel like one area that I did lack confidence in was like my flash, because of course it works, but it's not like the most insane creative photo I could get. Yeah. It's just like a simple photo. So that was like one area that I was like, once I upgrade this, I know I'm gonna have way more confidence. And I did, and I have way more confidence.
Oh, so, yay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, amazing. I love it. And then you said you're wanting to try out new or like flashes for your next wedding, which I don't think we talked about. So I was curious about, because you were telling me you were wanting to rent flashes
or like lighting stands.
Yes. And I didn't ask why, because I wanted to ask you right now.
Well, so at the Arboretum wedding that we recapped, it was dark for family photos.
Yes.
And now with the sun setting earlier, I know family photos for my wedding on Saturday will be dark because their ceremony is at sunset. And so, yeah, like I said, I could just do what I normally do, use my flash on camera. It's a great photo. It's not like the best.
Yeah.
It's not gorgeous. It's not cinematic. And so, yeah, I'm wanting to use off-camera flash for those photos. So I'm excited to try that out. And then, but then I realized I was really stressed out about my wedding on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Because
which is so funny because we've been saying, oh, it's going to be so easy. It's so chill. And now you're like stressed out.
I thought it was chill. And then I realized, there are going to be a lot of post-ceremony family photos.
Oh.
And then I just now got back their final shot list of family photos. And I realized, wait, actually I'm doing all of this pre-ceremony. So there's only 3 photos I need to take after the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
So it's not going to be stressful at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was like a whiplash. It was like not stressful, stressful.
But then you never know. But you might have to pull some after the ceremony too.
Yeah.
So it's like you might as well be over prepared.
Right. Exactly. And I also want to do the flashes for the special dances. The off-camera flash.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that'll be good.
Yeah.
I did for this, I guess this last wedding, I did learn that I should maybe lower the flash power. Because I think I was 1/8. And I think I could have probably gone like 1/16. Maybe lower it down like 1 notch. Because I'm always in manual. I never use TTL.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use manual? I guess I've never asked. Okay. A lot of people use auto or like TTL. It's just, to me, I've always done manual. So it's just like, my muscle memory is just better that way.
Yeah.
And I've tried to do TTL, but I'm like, I just don't love it because it's like, I don't know, I can't control it. And I want to be able to control it. Mm-hmm. Especially like, I swear I'll take like the same exact photo 2 times with TTL, but like both of them look so different. One's like overexposed and one's not. And it's really just depends on like, because it's just auto. It's just like kind of seeing what the whole image is like. And I just don't love it, but I know a lot of photographers love it, which is fine. Because it is another thing that you have to like think about and control. So anyways.
I only ever learned manual.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's how I basically learned flashes doing manual. So I've always just done that. But I feel like I could have gone down in flash power because since I'm kind of an overshooter. And so I was feeling like my flashes weren't keeping up. And so I could have powered down a little bit. So I could have been like maybe, and I could have just gone up on my ISO instead of like having to wait for the flash to connect. Because I think I realized that they were out of sync sometimes because it was going so fast.
Okay, maybe that's why some of my photos were brighter than.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I think it was because of that reason. And so I think I could have lowered the flash. So that was a learning moment. Because for dances, we were doing off-camera flash.
And speeches.
And so, yeah, I could have lowered the flash and gone up on my ISO instead of the other way around. Because ISO really doesn't, for flash, I feel like you can go up really, really high. But I definitely could have just gone like 1/32. I think would have been like a sweet spot.
Okay,
for it. So
I'll try that out. Yeah, because my like immediate thing is like, I always set my flash power, and then if it's too bright, my muscle memory is just up the aperture.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, or something. Yeah, or any other setting. And so that's why I don't like TTL because it's like I can't up the ISO because it's not going to change the outcome.
I see.
Because it's just doing auto.
Yeah.
So
that would seem harder to me.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I've never done an entire wedding just doing that. So maybe it's just like the muscle memory. So like if you learn one or the other, but I guess it is nice to know when you can use auto. Like if you're in a pinch, like instead of like having to go through like checking the settings, you can just go on auto and you know how to do that. But I like manual and that's how I use the off-camera flashes too. So I think go lower because the flash power, since it wasn't like 1/8 is kind of bright. So 1/32 would have been good if you're like overshooting for something like that. Cause it's like the flash power isn't as bright. So it recycles faster.
Right. And there were 2 of us connected to it.
Yes. Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
probably why it was laggy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's something I learned, which is good to know. Because on my last wedding where I did it the first time, that didn't happen because we weren't both connected to it. But I also feel like I wasn't overshooting. This wedding, I feel like I really overshot for some reason. Don't know. I feel like I have the exact same images, and I'm like, oh my God, why did I overshoot this so much?
I feel like we were just being more creative. Maybe.
Yeah. I definitely was being creative, but some of like the group shots I took way too many. I'm like, okay, no one's blinking. But I don't know. Just every shot I was just taking too many of, which is so funny because I feel like I've gotten better at not overshooting too much. I mean, I'm still an overshooter, but this one just felt excessive. I was like, oh my gosh. It was almost like I was what's it called? I was almost like scared I was going to miss something or like something was going to happen. I'm not too sure. But something that I've been changing in my routine for editing is culling. Or yeah, I guess that's a part of the editing process. Culling, I used to use Narrative, the app. Narrative Select. It's like an app on your computer. I'm trying to think because is it an app? It's a program. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not an app. It's a program that you can download on your computer to cull specifically. And I think they have Narrative Select and they have like narrative blogging or something. But last year I got like a yearly subscription like through Black Friday, I think. And it ran out, like the subscription ran out like a few weeks ago. And I was like, well, I don't really use any of their like pro features or like anything that would make me want to pay it again. And we've been talking about like subscriptions and things we don't really need. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pay for this anymore. Because I also pay like $60 for Adobe, which is just insane. Like I use all the programs, so it's like I have to. But anyways, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use Lightroom to cull these wedding photos because Lightroom also just came out with like assisted culling. It kind of like helps you like group similar photos together. It has like AI technology where it's like it could see when people's eyes are closed and pick the best photos based on that. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. I'm just like culling kind of manually, I guess, like just going through each photo. And so before I did that, I was just like looking at YouTube videos of like how other people cull in Lightroom and like what their process is. And again, like I'm always asking why. I'm always like, how can I make this better? How can I make this more efficient? Am I doing things wrong? Or should I just stick to what is tried and true? And I saw another wedding photographer who actually their first cull through, they get rid of the bad images first. And I was like, I've never done that before. I've always picked the best images and then I guess gotten rid of like the ones that I didn't choose. But it's making me go so much slower with culling.
Really?
Which is crazy. Because you really, and also because I'm changing like my mindset on culling and like I'm really bad at putting too many of the similar photos together because like the face is a little different or like they're smiling a little different in this one or whatever. Like I'm really bad at culling that down. Like I'm good at like culling overall, but just like culling very, very similar images because I'm like, I just want them to have it all. But it's almost the exact same photo. Right. And so I'm trying really hard to like not put similar photos in it because it's like you're curating their gallery and creating a vibe. And to me, that's very artistic and just something that I've been just wanting to do. And so it's taking me a lot longer to cull through the wedding gallery, choosing the photos that I don't want. Because it makes me go back to like a photo that I did want to keep and be like, oh wait, this one's similar. Do I want to keep this one or do I want to keep this one? So I go back and forth. I'm like, okay, this one looks better. And so then, I don't know, it's just taking me a lot longer. And I don't know if it's because I'm thinking differently about culling or if it's because I'm choosing to cull through the bad ones instead of picking the good ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think
like my usual routine for culling has been I'll pick the best photos.
Yeah.
But I switched it. So now I'm going through and choosing the ones that I don't want.
You're like deleting, not deleting them, but you're unselecting.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Or like I'm using flag. For my first culling round, I'm using flag. So I'm just rejecting the photo.
Okay.
And so it really makes me think. And I don't know what it is about that, but it's making culling a lot slower. Because usually it's just like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I love every photo. But this one is just like, I'm going back and forth. And I'm like, is this one better? Is this one better? Are people blinking in this one? I don't know. It's just different. So it really made me... So I'm curious to see. I haven't finished culling yet because it's taking me so fucking long, which is a good thing because it's like it's really making me think about like what photos I want to keep. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, am I ever gonna get done culling? I feel like it only usually takes me a few hours to cull through the wedding gallery. But anyways, yeah, I'm just changing things up. So we'll see.
That sounds like a little bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah, it is because it's so hard to like switch your mindset of like, okay, I'm choosing the bad photos, not the good ones, choosing the bad ones. And so some of it I've like had to go back and be like, no, I wanted that photo. I didn't want to delete it. So I have to like reflag it. But yeah, it's been interesting. And I don't know if I like the process yet. I can't wait to like look back at the ones that I've chosen to see like if it would look different if I just chose the best ones or not, or if it like really looks more cold through than the first round that I usually do. Because when I choose the best photos, I'll just choose those and I'll edit those and I'll cull while I'm editing.
Yeah. What I do is I cull to like import, and those are all of the photos that I think like have possibility to make it into the final gallery. And then I edit everything. And then I go through like section by section of like the day.
Yes.
And then I'll be like, I'll cull through that. And then I'll select what is actually going to be delivered.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess like, I don't know, like if it's like counterintuitive because I'm editing all of the photos, even though they're not all gonna go in.
Yes.
But honestly, I don't know if they're gonna go in until I edit it or not.
I know. And that's the thing. That's like the hard process of that. But for me, since I don't know, I feel like I'm not I don't do the first cull through well enough. I feel like there's still so many similar images in that it's like I'm just wasting time editing those instead of just like, you have one good photo. You don't need 3 that look the exact same. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying things out. I don't know if I'm going to like this.
So it sounds like you're culling that before you're editing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll see how many photos I end up with.
Longer.
Yes. We'll see how many photos I end up with because I'm not sure. And I did take a lot of photos. I think we had like 6,000 for the whole.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, which is crazy because I don't know. It just didn't seem like a wedding that needed that many photos.
Yeah, what is happening?
Yeah, not that that's a good or bad thing. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's just like, I don't know. It didn't seem like I took that many photos either. But here we are culling through that many photos, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm trying that out and it's been good, I guess, just to try different things out and see what works, see what doesn't work. But okay, to end the podcast episode, I wanted to kind of introduce like a new segment that I wanted to do. And I want to call it our latest follow.
Okay.
Because what I've been doing too is like curating my Instagram feed to be more like an art gallery. I want it to be, no offense to the people that are competitors to us or like friends of the DFW area that we know. I don't want to see your images. I'm sorry, I just don't, because it really does fill your head with comparison, what they're doing, what I'm not doing right, the weddings that they're getting that I'm not getting. It could be like, what if someone inquired with them and inquired with me and they got it? Or, I don't know. I just don't want to see that anymore. And it sucks because it's like, you want to be like there for these people and like, you want to see their photography. And it's just, honestly, it's really just the people that I find that are my competitors. It's not everyone in DFW, obviously, but I just want to curate my Instagram to be more like an art gallery and just follow people that inspire me and like make me see a different point of view, which is what we've been talking about this whole podcast is like, I don't want to build muscle memory. I don't want it to be like every wedding is going to look the same. Every wedding needs a dress shot. Every wedding needs, the same exact formula. And so I really want to expand my artistic, creative brain. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, you know what? Maybe we talk about people that we followed recently. Because honestly, I really haven't followed that many people that I don't know in the industry, if that makes sense. Like, I don't usually go out and follow people that I've never seen before that I don't know. And that's something that I'm wanting to do more of. So that way it doesn't feel like they're a competitor, but they're still a wedding photographer that I can just be inspired by and see like how they see things and how I can bring that into my work. So that way I'm not copying every single person in DFW. Right. And not that I like want to intentionally copy people, but if you're seeing it all the time, you want to do it.
It's in your subconscious.
Like the dress shot. If you see someone doing it, you want to do it too because you're like, oh, well, if they're doing it, I want to do it. Like, yeah. And so, anyways, yeah, I just want to curate my feed to look like an art gallery. And my latest follow is Allison Hall Photo. I'll link her Instagram page to the notes or whatever they're called, the show notes. I don't know why I call them show notes. I don't think that's what the description of the episode. Yeah, the description. I feel like I've heard other podcasts say show notes, so that's where I got it from.
That's where I got it from too. I think it's on. I think on Apple is maybe it's show notes, and on Spotify it's description.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll link her on there. And have you heard of her before?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay. So you've been following her?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I did see that we had like a lot of mutual people or like a lot of people that I knew followed her. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of this photographer before. So that was cool to see. But anyways, this is what I wrote down because I was just like, oh my gosh, it just inspired me to make this whole segment, everything. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've never done this. And I found her through my Explore page.
Really?
Which is something I never go through. Yeah. Like ever. I don't know. On Instagram, I usually just scroll. I never look through the Explore page, but I know some people that do. And I was like, it is kind of like a mini feed where it's like people you don't know, but it's still like curated to what you're seeing on Instagram. So I was like, you know what? Maybe let me go through this. And that's how I found her, which is crazy. But what I wrote down for her is Allison is a photographer whose work feels like a daydream. Her images have this timeless, cinematic quality, the kind that makes you slow down and actually feel something. It's a mix of fine art and nostalgia. Like every frame was pulled from a memory you forgot you had. And I really feel like her work feels like that.
It's like very ethereal kind of. But not like in like a, like, when I feel like sometimes when I think ethereal, I think like fairies and stuff.
Oh,
it's not like that, but like almost like a dream state.
Yes, it feels like a memory.
Yeah,
and not a lot of wedding photographers' photos feel like that, which is why I was like so drawn to her work. And what made me want to follow her was like how intentional her compositions are too. Nothing feels overly posed or forced, but it's still artistic, and you can tell that she sees light in a different way than most people do, and it's more like emotional and not so technical like we think things need to be. So it just reminded me to like chase more of that feeling in my own work and not just get the perfect shot, because I'm very good at getting the perfect shot, but I feel like I could work on the more emotional side of things, because weddings are very, very emotional, and the wedding photos that you like in 20 years aren't the perfectly shot ones, or it's just the ones that people are chilling or laughing or whatever. So I just want to like bring more of that into my work, which is why I was like, I need to follow her so I can like get into that state. Not that, and again, this isn't like more about like wanting to copy her, because I can't, first of all, like I would never be able to, like her work is her work, but it's just like a reminder of like how I can bring things that she does into my own work and less about copying, if that makes sense.
I like this little segment.
I know, it's so good. I was like, I don't know what made me think of it. Well, we've been reading newsletters, and so that's why I'm getting more creative with everything in my life. I'm like, the podcast, I'm like, how can we do this in photography and all the things? But yeah, I was just like, okay, I need to follow people that also aren't doing the same thing I am as far as like how I shoot weddings.
Yeah.
I just want to see a different point of view.
Yes.
To get more creative. And again, like, it's not that I want to copy them. It's more so I just want to see how they see things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really good to not just follow people that like inspire you in a way that's like the exact same thing as your branding or like how you shoot. It's like really good to follow people that aren't even in your industry. I want to follow more fashion photographers because I feel like that's like where I get a lot of my editorial inspiration from. It's not so much other wedding photographers. Like I don't know, I just want to shoot differently and stand out more. And that's how you stand out, is like by kind of like looking at other industries and what they're doing. So yeah, it's a good little thing. So check out her work. She's so good. And I'm like, she's probably going to be so surprised that we're talking about her because I don't know her. She doesn't know me. I literally just followed her, but here we are. But okay, so who is your latest follow?
So my latest follow is Michaela Jelen.
Okay.
And I love her work because it is super vibrant, colorful, in your face. Even though like the moments that she's capturing are like probably quiet moments, the photos are very loud.
Okay.
And I love following her because of the way she posts. So I like the way she does her feed. Mm-hmm. It looks like a magazine. Ooh. I like the way she does different layouts. Yes. So it's very like different than what we're like typically seeing in a carousel. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoy her work, and it helps me feel more secure in my own style because I'm like, okay, there are people who are like shooting very colorful in a way that's just like very like out of the norm. And so I really enjoyed following her for that. And yeah, it just, because whenever I see her work, I feel like, oh, that feels more aligned to me than a lot of like light and airy wedding photographers. But then I look at my own work, and my work doesn't look like her work, but I like the way that I feel when I see her work, and I feel the same way when I see my own work, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes,
so yes. It's like I want to be like more, I feel like following people like that are so different from you is very good for your own like psyche, because it makes you feel more secure in the way that you're posting, and that there is a space for you and you don't have to like follow everyone else.
Like me and Allison could not be any more different. Yeah. Like I feel like her work is so different than mine, but I'm still like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I like how she's seeing things, and I like how she lights things, and how even her feed is. Like I love the way her feed feels, and like how can I make my feed feel the way I want it to feel, as far as like how are my ideal clients looking at this. And so yeah, it is good to even have like inspiration of like, yeah, the feed. Like some people are so good at curating their feed, and it's like, okay, yeah, I need to follow more people like that so I can get inspiration from them.
Yeah. And also just like seeing someone who's very successful that are doing things differently, it really, really helps me.
Yes.
Because sometimes I get dogged down and being like, I have to do everything like everyone else is, and it's hard for me, and it's sucking my soul, and then I downward spiral.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's how I had been feeling. And I was just like, I just need to follow new people and stop looking at the same people in our area, because I think that's how I got stuck in Lubbock when I was living in Lubbock, is that I was only seeing people in my surrounding areas work. And again, I felt like I was just copying them, because it's like, well, if it's working for them, it has to work for me. And that's how I'm going to get clients. And so I don't want to get stuck again. I want to be able to like evolve and change my work. And like, of course, I don't want to copy anyone. It's just like, I just want to see how they see things and how I can bring that into my work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. let us know who your latest follow is, who's inspiring you right now. I would love to know.
Yes.
I would love to know, because it's like we just all need to curate our Instagram more like an art feed and less of like a brain rot.
Yeah.
Especially Instagram is such a good place for that. Like, it's pictures
and
video. Like, we need to be inspired by what we're seeing on social media, especially because we can control it. Like, we can control our feeds and like who we're following and who we're looking at. And so you want to feel happy when you're on social media. You don't want to feel like, oh my gosh, they got that wedding, I didn't, or like
the comparison.
This competitor is booking the weddings that I want, and like, why can't I book these weddings? Like, it's just, it could get dark. It could get dark really quick. And so I just thought it would be a good segment for us to like start seeing like who we're following, who you guys are following, and start thinking of your Instagram more of like a Pinterest in a way, just kind of like curating your feed to be more inspiring and less comparison vibes.
Especially if you're following a lot of people that are the same style as you.
Yes.
That's even honestly worse to me, because it's like, oh, you're really comparing yourself because y'all have similar styles. So following people who are completely different than you stylistically is like real, like,
and also following photographers that are not in the industry or aren't in your industry.
Yes.
So like, since we're wedding photographers, I really want to start following people that are like creative directors for brands, or like photographers for magazines, or just like any other industry that's not wedding photography.
I love street photography.
Street photography. Like, there's so many other photography industries, and so getting into those will be really, really cool too. And we'll see who we follow next. But stay tuned for that. Is there anything else you wanted to add to today's episode?
I think that's it.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys for listening again this week, and we will see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye.